Welcome back to the vendor table.
Hello.
How's it going, lady?
Pretty good.
We got a guest.
Ta-da.
So we're here with Emily Cline, wedding day content creator.
That's me.
Hi. We stirred the pot a few weeks ago. We had Maeve on. Maeve's a good friend. Maeve is a coordinator planner, but has gotten into content creation. And we posted a clip from Maeve about talking about like what she thought was going to be trending in 2024. And she said content. And that clip sparked a lot of controversy.
Very divided in the comments.
Very divided. And it warranted a response from me to tell people to stop being fragile little bitches.
Babies.
Little
Bunch
bitches.
of babies.
And, you know, we want to welcome content creators into the field of the wedding industry. This is new. This is a new career. Like, I mean, as of 2023, wedding content creators really didn't exist.
Yeah.
Until that point. I'd never seen one, never even heard of one until 2023. So, you are a wedding day content creator.
I sure am.
All right. We want you to tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got into this. Tell us a little story about you.
I'm going to tell you the story. So, first of all, my name is Emily. I am 28 years old and I live in Manhattan. I'm married. I got married at the end of 2021 and content creation wasn't a thing. If it was, it would have made my wedding a lot better, although it was the best day of my life. But I've been a content creator for the last 15 years. So on my wedding day, I wanted to vlog for my YouTube channel and I wanted to upload Instagram stories, and the Beyonce transition had just come out on TikTok for, you know, brides to do. And so I tried to do that. And I ended the day with 4 unfinished TikToks. My vlogs were not updated. And I was like, oh, this is crazy. But my wedding videographer, his name is Chris Miglioranzi, and he owns a company called Respective Collective, which is actually based out of New York. He had brought a team of a couple different videographers, and they made some reels during the day. And they were done on a DSLR camera. And that was the first thing that I decided that I wanted to post to announce that I'd gotten married. So the content portion of it was really, really important. And at that time, I was working as a digital marketer. I had my own digital marketing agency. And I was to the point where I was getting a little bit burnt out, a little bit tired explaining to my clients why they needed to be on TikTok and they needed to be making content. And I really just wanted to work in the content space primarily. And I fell in love with planning my wedding. And so I saw this content creator, Sabrina Ann Social, say that she TikTok a wedding for an influencer. And I thought to myself, this is what I need to be doing. So I Googled the search term because, you know, I was a digital marketer, and wedding day content creator was available for the website and for the Instagram and for the TikTok. And I thought to myself, I think I just struck gold getting the search term as my name.
We actually just commented on that like yesterday. We were like, damn, she must have been like the first one to do this.
you have the handle. Like
I mean, the handle, the name, the website, the Gmail. I've got everything.
You got on it.
Her Instagram handle is at Wedding Day Content Creator. That's
no dots, no dashes.
That's
nothing.
it.
Just, yeah. And I looked over at my husband and I was like, this would be, you know, like if my name was social media manager, or, you know, if someone's searching for that in the area. So immediately I just started getting all of these inquiries on my website, and I thought, okay, like I really have to do this now and figure this out and put it together. And, you know, Matt, who is behind the camera, was the first wedding, you know, I worked with him and his wife, their photo video team. So that was really cool.
Nice.
One of the best in the industry to work with for your first one.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
we love
sure.
We love Matt and Jenna. I mean, that goes without saying, but
I mean, we love Jenna.
We love Matt too. I mean, come on.
Love you, Matt. Director Daddy.
Director Daddy. Now, all right. So that's a great little story. So you're in digital marketing, all that stuff. Now, tell people a little bit, what is the main goal of a wedding day content creator?
So I feel like we serve a bunch of different purposes on the wedding day, but I would say the main job of a wedding day content creator is to capture the day completely as it was, raw, unfiltered, behind the scenes.
Got it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Simple, straightforward. Yep.
Absolutely raw, unfiltered. So,
Yep.
and you're capturing this with a cell phone. Like that's what, but like a lot of people are going to ask.
Your tool of the trade.
Yes.
Tool of the trade.
So you're not infringing on photo and video. You're from a different perspective. You're a third angle.
I'm a third angle. And I think what's really important to note is we're shooting for social media first. We're not thinking, oh, these images or these videos that we're taking today are going to go into your favorite wedding film or going to hang on your walls forever. We're strictly there. I always tell my clients, I'm like, you can post the photo that your drunk uncle takes of you tomorrow, or you can post something that I got that is, already in your phone.
Awesome.
Go ahead, Lauren. You got the next one.
Yeah. What are couples expecting from a content creator on a wedding day? Is it just behind the scenes coverage, or are they expecting like a full TikTok and Reels with direction?
It really just depends on my couples. So some of them, when we do our initial consultation, they'll say, I'm just looking for behind the scenes coverage. I'm not an influencer, and which you don't have to be an influencer or someone who's super active on social media to have a content creator at your wedding. We just kind of give a different perspective of the day, as if it's your best friend following you around all day with your phone. You could turn around and say, hey, grab a picture of me really quick, get my angles. And that's what we're there for. Also, TikToks and Reels with direction. I always tell my clients if we are going to do any TikToks or Reels, one, we have to plan them out. I don't allow them to do more than 2 because they take up a lot of time. Mm-hmm. And when it's your wedding day, there's a lot going on. You might be asking people to get on camera that aren't used to creating TikToks, and it just takes a little bit longer sometimes. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to take away from what photographers or videographers are doing. So I always tell my couples and clients, if we're doing TikToks or Reels, let's plan them out, practice before I get there. We're
Smart.
Gonna do a little rehearsal, and then, we've got a couple takes, and that's all the time that we have.
Mm-hmm. So, very nice.
She's answering that damn question so nicely.
Yeah, that was great. That was great. I think that's a good point, though. Like what you're saying is you're basically taking the phone out of like the bridesmaids' hands and mm-hmm. like giving them an opportunity to be more present by doing those behind the scenes that like a bridesmaid or a friend would be doing.
Exactly.
Or like a groomsman might be taking pictures or videos when he could realistically be spending more time with his guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So like they don't have to be as on the phone because you're there doing that for them.
Exactly.
And they can be more present. I like that.
Yeah.
I love it. I mean, as soon as I started seeing content creators come about, I was like, this is a great resource because I see like, brides that are always like, I want my photos back quickly and all that stuff. And as photographers, we keep up with the times now. Like we provide teasers back pretty quickly, right? Yeah. Things like that. But as a content creator, you're sending them everything you do, the next day? Is that how it works?
So what I tell all of my couples and clients is within 24 hours. But the way the upload process works on Dropbox, it's easier for me to do it while I'm sleeping.
Okay.
So what I do is I get home from this, really long day. I just invested in a really good foot massager, and that's been a game changer. So I plug that in and put my feet in there, turn on the heat, little massager, and then I take my phone and I send everything into Dropbox. And it uploads while I sleep, and I send my clients their folder first thing in the morning. And they have all the footage. We wake up to all the content.
Damn.
But the edited content that I provide is 48 hours because I like to have time to go through, look at everything, tell a beautiful and cohesive story of the day that's perfect for them, to post on social media or just keep for themselves.
So is that something you provide? Like you give them the raw footage, right? You give them like the raw clips and everything like that. But are you putting together when somebody books you, like are they booking you for raw footage as well as like two reels that are like compiled? Like, are they like videos like to music, anything like that? Like what like the curated, edited content, what goes into that?
Yeah, so when they book with me, every single package, the only difference that they're paying for is in the amount of time that I'm there. So every package includes an extensive planning meeting with me. We'll go through their timeline, figure out exactly, what they want on video. Some people want all of their vows recorded so they can see that for stances, speeches, things like that. So that'll be covered in all of the raw footage. They get all of the raw photo and video uploaded into Dropbox within 24 hours. And then as for edited content, I offer 3 edited videos, and I just say perfect for social media, just in terms of, it's not going to be a video that's really much longer than a minute. It might be shorter than a minute. It's kind of whatever the day or the moment calls for. And if they don't want specific TikToks or Reels or anything like that, I kind of default to these really cute recap videos where I'll show a recap video that's focused on just the couple.
Nice.
And then I'll do a recap video that's focused on the friends and family with the couple. And then I'll do another one that's the couple enjoying the details of their day that made it really unique.
Nice.
That's great.
I love this. Oh, this is great. All right.
Have you had any clips go viral?
Oh, yes.
Nice.
I had, my favorite viral video, which there's a little bit of a story to this.
Okay.
I was at the Park Savoy, and I don't know if you guys have ever shot there.
I have, yes.
So do you know about this big mac and cheese thing at cocktail hour? It's like a vat of mac and cheese, and the bowl is like this big.
Yeah.
It is amazing. And you have all these toppings, and I've never seen anything like that before. And I wish I had that at my wedding because it just looks so amazing.
First of all, doesn't love macaroni and cheese?
Exactly.
Are you a human if you don't like mac and cheese?
I guess people who are like lactose intolerant.
They make lactose free now.
But people, when I posted this video, they were like, this is worth it, even if I'm lactose intolerant. They're like, I just want to dive in. But anyway, I took a video clip of it, obviously, because I'm shooting everything when I'm at a wedding, and the food is in my shot list. And so one day I was laying in bed and I was like, I have to post a TikTok. I haven't posted anything in a while. What should I post? And that mac and cheese video popped up. And this was coming off of a week where I had interviewed for a content creator position with the Slice Pizza app.
Nice.
And they told me I wasn't really a food content creator. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to post this, food video and let's just see how it does. And I put it with a trending sound, which at that time was the girl dinner sound. It's like, girl dinner.
Wow, so perfect.
Yeah.
Went to bed, didn't think anything of it. Woke up, the video had 1 million views.
Nice.
Amazing.
And I was like, what is happening?
What happened, right?
And it kept going and going. So I was like, I need to post this on Instagram. And then it also went to 1 million views right away. And then it just kept going and going. And then The Knot reached out to me. And they were like, can we share this video? And I was like, absolutely, you can. Please take it. And that was really cool.
That's so
Mac and
funny.
cheese at a wedding.
Mac and cheese.
Listen.
Girl dinner.
The dumbest shit goes viral. I talked about this on an episode, but I had my one claim to viral personally. Like, we had many viral moments on the Vendor Table Pod.
Of course you do, as you should.
At the Vendor Table Pod on Instagram. But my one claim to fame personal moment I had was making faces at the Kardashian wedding photos. Legitimately,
You didn't say a word.
I didn't say a word. Just made faces at them. Just like, that's it. And 3.1 million views.
See, you never know what's
You
going
just
to go
never know.
viral. So you just have to keep sending out the content.
All those edited videos that I did, spent hours on, like, like direction, all this stuff. Yeah, nothing. Like 2,000 views.
This one? Kardashian?
3.1 million.
3.1.
That's like, you just never know. Mac and cheese, billions of views.
Now
That's
I'm
it.
a food influencer.
Well,
You
Well,
know?
there you go. That's how we make
Wedding
it.
content creator, food influencer extraordinaire, Now,
this ties to going viral. Did you get any business from that video?
I did end up getting quite a bit of business, which was really great and a huge blessing because I had been working as a marketing director at the beginning of the year for a tech startup company and then randomly got let go 3 days after I worked my first wedding
Wow.
with Jenna and Matt.
Damn.
And it was funny because I was there with them and I was like, I wish I could do this every day. I love this. And then I had like a long commute to Stamford, and I'm sitting on the train and I'm like, oh, I just wish I could just work weddings all the time. This is so much fun. And I was let go literally that week. And then the mac and cheese video went viral not too soon after that. And then my business really did take off. So
we're thankful for mac and
we're
cheese.
very thankful
Hell
for mac
yeah.
and cheese.
Amazing. Listen, I'm grateful for mac and cheese every day of my life, but especially now.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Yeah.
Mac and
good
cheese.
stuff.
Mac and cheese changing lives. Look at that.
It's changing lives.
Changing lives.
Changed my life.
Who would have thought?
Could change your life too.
There. Love that. Hell yeah. Lauren,
awesome.
you got the next cue.
How many weddings are you working as a content creator in 2024? Any exciting locations?
Oh my gosh. I'm working a lot. I did forget to count how many before I came here.
You're so unprepared.
I'm so unprepared, but I know it's like a ballpark range of like 40 to 50.
Wow.
That's awesome.
I'm booked a lot. It's crazy. And so I've had to recently hire some team members and expand, which has been really cool.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
I never thought in a million years that shooting content on my iPhone at weddings would
Be a career?
be a huge career like this, but I'm loving every single day. So it's awesome. But for exciting locations, I'm going to Austin in April.
Oh, I
Nice.
love Austin.
I am so excited. I
Nice.
can't wait to
You're gonna have so
eat
much fun.
the food there and hang out. And the wedding's going to be beautiful. It's at like one of their beautiful historic hotels there, so it'll be great.
Very
Amazing.
cool.
Yep.
The food, though.
I know.
And go buy boots.
I'm going to go buy some boots. You're right.
Yeah.
I need to make some time to do that.
You got to get some boots while you're there.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw is right.
That's really cool. So,
Yep.
so you're doing a lot of weddings.
Yep.
Now, do you work
Traveling. That's really awesome.
like in your area? Do you serve outside of Manhattan, or like do you work in the tri-state area?
I work everywhere, so I serve worldwide. I'm also going to Tuscany this year too in July, and I'm really excited about that.
So exciting.
Very cool.
Yep. And last year I got to go to Lake Como.
Ugh.
And that was amazing. You know,
And
just
this is as a content creator.
yeah.
Wow.
As a wedding
Amazing.
content creator,
So people are flying you out to do content for them.
they are, and you know, I'm like, oh, I don't know why, but, but it's great.
Shit's
they
wild.
see-
Question it.
Because they see value in what you provide.
They do.
So
They really
Shit's
do.
wild. That's awesome.
that's
important.
amazing. So like, you know, obviously it's a desired niche now, and it's
Yes.
growing, and people are seeing the value in what you provide for them. So like that's why. So you should be so proud of yourself.
I'm very proud of myself. It's just everything has happened so quickly. You know, this niche has really blown up that, you know, that's where it's like, oh my gosh, you know, I get an inquiry and someone wants me to go to Paris, you know, or it's like,
I want someone to want me to go to Paris. Jeez.
I want to go to Paris.
I'm going to call them and let them know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I will let
I
them know.
appreciate that.
You just
I'll
went to
call them.
Mexico. Like, come on. Yeah.
That was like
Last
half a year ago.
Yeah. Whatever.
I could go again.
Yeah.
Let's go
Sure.
again.
I'm getting old. I
We'll
don't
do a
want.
wedding.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Here's me. I'm doing a wedding. I know everybody knows this already. I'm going to Ireland this year to shoot a wedding.
We
Oh,
know.
that's
Yeah.
amazing.
So I'm going to Ireland this year to shoot a wedding. But I don't really love to travel. I traveled a lot for my old 9-to-5. So I was everywhere. I've like been like 15 countries and like 20 states. And
Wait, what did you do before this?
I worked as a marketing communications manager for a motion picture television company, which they used to send me all over the place to like do content and all that stuff. I was a content creator too.
I love
So
it.
I would do all their photography and all their content and all that stuff. And I'd handle the ambassadors. I'd go out with like ambassadors and stuff like that. So I did all that stuff, but I traveled a lot. So now I'm like, I don't want to travel that much anymore. I want to go places with my family, like more than anything.
Yeah.
Like, I want to travel with my family. So I give you credit. You're young though. You could like travel it up.
Everybody's
Travel it up
young
while
to you.
I'm 37. She's 9 years younger than me. I'm old.
You're
So.
only as old
You
as
guys
you
are not
feel,
old.
Michael.
I had somebody.
That's true.
So
That's true.
I had somebody say like I told them my age and they were like, "You're 37? No way! I thought you were like 32." I was like, "Thank you."
Doesn't that feel so good?
Feels great.
Say, like, for me, it's just thanks. It's the Botox.
Yeah.
It's working.
You know what I heard? I saw a TikTok. Do you follow like Jordan the Stallion? Do you follow that guy?
I have to.
He's the guy that's he's like, come here. He's like the
yes, absolutely.
Like good looking black dude, and he's like, he always posted like the recipe videos
I love
about,
that.
like, on TikTok.
I love the way
like,
he talks.
Oh God, he's great. I would have thought he was like 35. He's 26.
Get out.
Yeah, and so he posted a video the other day about how Gen Z looks older than millennials, and I found it hysterical because I know so many people that are like 27, 28. And I would have thought they're my age, and now people are saying that I'm younger, and I'm like, hell yeah!
I just saw a
Gen
reel.
Z's old, like maturing older than.
I just
faster
saw a reel.
than
It was like, well,
millennials.
you look at previous generations and they look like they were like 50 in their 20s, and like the younger generation is now like doing the same thing, but it's only because they're getting like injectables and stuff like way too young. And the girl was like, let me tell you a secret. It's because there was this product called St. Ives, and we just scrubbed every layer of skin off. And
I remember those days. They were good.
that was good times.
She still uses St. Ives. My mom's sitting in the.
Listen, I'm just
She's
gonna
a St. Ives
say,
stan.
for as long as I used it, I may have scrubbed 8 layers of skin off, but my skin looks great.
Listen,
I
you look great. My mom looks great.
I have no idea what that is. So
You don't know about the St. Ives?
No.
Apricot scrub.
I don't know what that is.
It's basically like
Legitimately,
rubbing glass on your
my
face.
wife gets mad at me. I wash my face with water. I don't wash it
I don't
with
want to
soap.
talk about this because I'll go on a tangent for 3 hours about how you don't take care of yourself as men.
Listen, my skin looks pretty damn good. I'm just saying.
Yeah, because you rub the same soap that you rub on your balls on your face.
That's not true. That's not. I don't do that. I just don't put soap on my face. I just.
You
water.
just don't soap your face at all. You don't wash your face.
No. Water. Showers. That's what showers
Ow.
are for.
Fuck dudes, man, for
That's
real.
Showers.
This is
That's
not
what
fair.
That's what showers are for. Like, okay.
That's what
Your
showers are
cold shower.
All right, we're getting back to
Sorry.
this. We're getting back to this.
I love
That's
this.
enough talking about balls, I guess.
I could talk about balls and skincare all day.
This is part of the episode that like we're gonna see the spike happen on the
They
the
talked about balls too much.
yeah.
3 stars.
the all right. So the next question is the question that's gonna.
This is the one.
This is the one that's gonna either ruffle feathers or we want to mention this. So we're photographers. We're on the photo side of things, photo video. How do you approach working with a photographer and videographer on a wedding day as a content creator?
So how I approach it is I try to get in touch with the photo video team before the wedding. That always doesn't happen, and that's okay. We all have busy schedules, or an email gets lost, or I feel like sometimes some photographers and videographers just don't really want to work with me. So sometimes they don't respond to me, which that's fine. On the wedding day, I have another chance to try to talk with everyone beforehand. So I always walk in and I'll always introduce myself and, say that I'm there to be the content creator. That's what I'm contracted to do for the day. Here are the shots that I absolutely need to get. But otherwise, I'm standing behind you. I'm standing to the side. You won't even know I'm here. If I'm ever in your way, let me know. Just say, hey, Emily, get out of the way, and I'll move out of the way. And that's kind of how I handle that. But, there are definitely times during the day, for example, during the ceremony, I know that sometimes the aisle space can be really tight. And so I always over communicate that because a lot of my clients do want me to film their vows and they do want me to get that, first kiss. And those are important moments. So I just try to over communicate and just be as professional as possible, even in situations sometimes where people haven't given me that same respect.
I think Mike and I have spoken about this several times now, that we feel like there's more than enough room in the industry for new people to come on with new niches. And we've definitely seen a lot of pushback from photographers and videographers in the comments on our videos about content creation, and we hate it.
We don't feel like it's necessary, and like it is gatekeeping.
It's not really fair to treat someone that way.
Like if you want to define gatekeeping, we've gotten called gatekeepers, which like is a joke because you don't understand the definition of gatekeeping if you're calling us
exactly
gatekeepers.
Doing the opposite of gatekeeping by giving you all of this free information.
Yes. So with the fact that like there's a lot of photographers and videographers who just don't understand the need for content creators. They don't respect content creators, which I think is a joke because at one point in the industry, photography didn't exist. I know, 1900s, okay. Didn't exist, okay? But probably wedding videography probably didn't come about until the 80s, okay? They were a niche. And now videographers, you see at almost every wedding, okay? Like 80% of weddings, I think, have a videographer. They become a standard. It's not to say content creators won't become a standard one day. I think it's a niche. It's a luxury, okay? It's like people are hiding an extra vendor as a luxury, but I could see the need for it. It's a different angle, a different perspective. It gives people a different content. So as a photographer, I welcome it. I think it's awesome. I've worked with 3 content creators now. I love it because the fact I get to know them. I'm like, hey, how you doing? What's going on? All right, so this is how we're gonna do things, like all that stuff. I get to know them real quick, and then by the end of the day, we're chit-chatting, we're having a great time, and they'll be more inclined to get like behind-the-scenes content of me. Send me some stuff.
Yes.
Like it's like I take photos of content creators and like, hey, here's a like really nice pro photo of you, like you know, like just hanging out.
It's so great. All of my headshots that I've gotten have been from really incredible photographers who are just like, hey, you look great. Let's pose you right here really quick. I'm just going to snap a few headshots of you.
It's easy as that.
It's so nice.
For me, like anyone who gives pushback about content creators and like just says, oh, well, I won't work with a content creator. It's like you're just telling on yourself for being really bad at communicating.
Yeah. I feel like if you
feel threatened for no reason.
Now, I'll ruffle feathers with this one. It's a lot of the fact that it's more the videographers than I think the photographers, from the fact that like you're showing more of a video medium. I know you're snapping photos like throughout the day and stuff like that, but cell phone photos versus DSLR photos are way different. Whereas the content of video, especially on a cell phone versus DSLR based content, is different, but you're still giving them video content that, one, could go viral, two, you know, it's quicker. Like videographers don't give video back like 8 months later, sometimes a year later. So
depends on like the length. I feel like if they're doing a shorter
video,
full
or
length,
like a highlight, even highlight videos take a ton of time for a videographer to edit.
They're really it's very difficult.
So there is like, I think certain videographers might be threatened, especially I think it's the ones that are a little bit more of a lower cost, because now clients now have the option to nix a videographer for a content creator. And I think that's where the controversy comes in, is, you know, they're taking jobs away. Content creators are taking jobs away from videographers. Now, do you have a response to that? Like,
I do, because I love video. Like, video is my first love. That's what I went to school for. I wanted to be a digital journalist. And, you know, I have all the cameras and I can do all the editing. And, you know, I love videographers and I respect them a lot. What I have learned from my clients, though, is that content creators are not taking away the jobs of videographers. What we're doing is we're giving those an opportunity who couldn't afford to ever have a videographer to have some sort of video. It's not as high quality as a videographer. It's not a wedding film, but it's something, and it's better than nothing. And if they, you know, if they can afford to have, you know, photo, video, you know, they can squeeze in some budget for content creation. Or they may be people who are like, I don't think I'm ever going to watch a wedding video, so I'm never going to hire a videographer anyway. But I've never had a client say, oh, well, I'm going to have you in place of a videographer, even, you know, I can afford both.
It's like a third option.
it is. It's a great option. I do think if I were getting married today, I'd probably look into it. Like, I'm into content. Like, I think it would take the phone out of somebody's hand, especially bridesmaid, groomsmen, stuff like that. Freeze that up. And it is it's not as an expensive option as video. Like, I will say that, like a full-length video. And I'll be honest with you, I'm going to speak real here. I was married 10 years ago, right? I watch my wedding video, my full-length wedding video, maybe once. I watch my trailer maybe 100 times, but haven't watched it in a while. But like, if I had those clips on my phone that I could like scroll
Just
back
refer to at any time.
you got like the memories that pop up, like, you know, the phone gives you memories and stuff like that. That's really nice. And so I do see that I do see the want and the need for a content creator. I think it's really cool that this is a new career in the industry. So welcomed with open arms.
I think the
here.
important thing is that it's
Thank
not
you.
replacing video. It's just another option.
It's another option. You know, if people have a tighter budget, it's, you know, it's better for them to say, oh, I think I could squeeze, you know, $1,500 than, you know, oh, but I really can't squeeze, you know, 4,000, 6,000, 8,000, you know, whatever the video is. So it just gives another option.
All right, so we want to take a second to thank our sponsor for this episode, Maru. Maru is a modern payment experience for the weddings and events industry. I'll be honest, I've been using them a lot lately. I have to say, like, paying contractors through Maru keeps things so nice and neat, organized. It's made my life so much better.
I was going to say, it's been really pleasant being able to pay contractors in one nice, like, organized platform as opposed to different forms like Zelle or Venmo, having everything all over the place. So I'm definitely going to be keeping using it. I don't know about you.
I'm going to keep using it. It's also a great place to take, like, payments, client payments, without having those credit card processing fees.
Yeah, no processing fees.
I know. You could pass the processing fees on to the client, which is really cool, which is sometimes hard to do. And Maru gives you the ability to do that right from their platform. So it's a great community. They have over 9,000 wedding and event professionals. It's growing. They offer seamless transactions and hassle-free payment experience. They really make it possible for you to focus on what you're doing best and creating memorable experiences. So definitely check them out. We have a link in the show notes to sign up. You can sign up for free and check it all out. Check out the dashboard's really nice, really interactive, makes things so much easier. So if you're a wedding professional, a wedding vendor in the industry, Maru is the platform for you.
Yeah, check them out at www.maru.us. That's MAROO.us.
/TVT. Mm-hmm. So now we kind of are talking about it. Have you had any pushback from like a photo or video team that like they didn't want you there?
Oh, this is going to make me sad.
Well, let me tell you a story.
Oh, no.
I had a very interesting fourth wedding.
Oh, God.
My fourth wedding that I ever did. Yes.
I love how you know it's your fourth wedding too.
It was my fourth wedding because I'll never forget this day because it was also the macaroni and cheese day.
Oh, what an unforgettable day.
Yep.
Highs and lows of the wedding
Highs
industry.
and lows, man. So I definitely have thought about many ways of how to properly share this story, and I think I just need to tell it the way that it happened because there's a few moving parts to it, and there's a lot of things that need to be shared, not only for other vendors to be aware of, other content creators to be aware of, but also the couples to be aware of as to some things that are going on. So I have my mac and cheese wedding and I show up and I, shake the hand of everyone, introduce myself. They've already started the bridal portraits. And so I kind of just jump in and find my place, kind of over to the side, and I'm shooting. And the photographer introduces themselves to me. And immediately I'm like, okay, maybe they're busy. Maybe they don't have a second to just, really say hi. It's fine, whatever. I'm not taking it personally. And the wedding day, starts to progress. And the next question that they ask me is, well, how much do you charge?
Ooh, red flag.
I'm like, a lot. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to answer that because it just was like, there was no other, questions happening in between that. Usually you just don't get right to that kind of business right away. And he's like, well, I really want to hire you because I'm now going to offer content creation and everyone's a content creator, and so I'm a content creator and, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't really think anything of it in the moment. I was like, okay, yeah, we could talk later. You know,
Yeah.
I'll get you my rates and everything. We'll chat. And the day kind of goes on, and we're getting ready to set up for ceremony. And he looks at me and he says, well, you know, everybody's going to start to ban content creators in their contracts. I just want to let you know. And I thought he was kidding. So I looked at him and I said, well, they're going to lose a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and he just looked at me and I said, oh my God, you're serious? And he's like, yeah, a bunch of photographers in the area have gotten together to ban content creators. And he's like, okay, let's shoot this ceremony. And I'm like, oh God, okay. And I'm like, am I in the wrong business? Like, you know, I start to kind of spiral a little bit. And then I'm like, this guy's just being mean, like for no reason. I don't know why he would say these things to me, you know? And so shoot the ceremony, you know, kind of go through the rest of the day. And then there's a little bit of time before the reception starts and we're chatting again. And he's gotten a DM from another content creator. And he starts calling her all of these names. Oh my gosh, she's being such a bitch. She's da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, what's going on? Oh, well, she's mad because I tagged myself as the content creator for this wedding that we shot together. And
Ew.
Sounds
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
All right.
Keep it
So
going.
it's getting worse. It's getting worse.
And of course, I have to continue working together as a team. In my mind, I'm like, team. We're still gotta, you know, we're here for the couple. Like, I need to not let this get to me or anything like that. And I was like, come here, let's chat for a minute. And so we sit down, and I want to know why he's so upset and bothered with content creation. And so I just asked, I'm like, you know, what's going on? Is there something that, you know, we can be doing better as content creators in the industry? Like, what makes you so upset about content creators? And he says to me, well, I had to spend all this time training to be a wedding photographer and learning these poses and getting these shots just right. And then you come in with your iPhone and you're taking all of these photos and you're videotaping me and you're learning how to do everything over my shoulder. And I just don't feel like it's fair.
Boo-hoo!
Oh my.
And I just took a deep breath, and I come from like the acting world. I did a lot of acting as a kid. My parents were both actors. And so I'm thinking to myself, but he's the director of the day.
Yeah.
Like, he is supposed to be controlling the poses and the shots, and he's getting paid the most to be here. And so I said that to him. I'm like, well, aren't you getting paid the most to be here today out of the entire media team? Aren't you supposed to be the one guiding the day and running the shots? And I said, I have no problem posing the couple, but that's going to take away from what you're doing with them. So there has to be a meet in the middle here. Is it I take them out for a little bit and then you take them out, or can we just work together throughout the whole day? And so later on that day, he was talking to
How dare you be rational?
Right? Later that day, I overheard him talking with the videographer saying that he wasn't booking a ton of weddings. So I don't know if that was something that he was feeling insecure about having content creators, and it just so happened that maybe he wasn't booking enough weddings. And then content creators came in, and then he felt that we were taking the role of photographers, but we're not doing that. We could never replace a photographer. We could never replace a videographer. It's just not what we do. Unfortunately, this story continues.
Oh no.
Because the ban on the content creation thing carried over to a videographer that he works with a lot, who I reached out to, and we had a phone conversation. And then both of them offered to hire me as their in-house content creator, which I politely declined because they publicly bash content creators all of the time. And, you know, they weren't willing to afford my rate. This is my full-time job. The rate is the rate, you know? Mm-hmm. They updated their terms and conditions without letting their couples know. So their couples signed contracts with them as their photographer, videographer, and then signed content creators because it's their wedding day. And of course, that's what they want because it is their wedding day. And these two have turned around to their couples and said, well, it's their retainer or mine. Do you know how much my retainer is compared to a photographer, videographer retainer?
Yeah, I'm sure.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So then they're stuck.
Yes. So
Mike talked about this.
I went off in our stories, and maybe I'll repost this story.
Thank you for that. We needed that.
Because we just think this is ridiculous.
Do you know how many DMs we got from that? She was away. So we had a clip. I had a story response to people posted in the comments of the clip that kind of went viral for us that was like, I have a ban out on content creators, and I'm like, you have a ban out on content creators?
This is just like shameful.
I couldn't just write the response. I had to go into our stories and respond to this, because as a vendor, you have no right to ban another vendor from an event. That is, you're working for the client. If the client wants another vendor there and they're hiring another vendor, you have no right to ban another vendor, especially one that is not the same medium as you. Okay, it's the equivalent of me saying that no photo booths allowed because they use like a camera. Okay,
Right.
It's a different medium. Okay. A content creator is a different medium. Now, if you were showing up with a DSLR, shooting DSLR content and stuff like that, with a gimbal and all those things, different story. But 99.9% of content creators are shooting with their cell phone. Yep. That is the equivalent. If you're saying you're going to ban a content creator or somebody using their cell phone from a wedding, might as well ban all the guests, because everybody's using a cell phone at a wedding. So my response is, stop being fragile little bitches about the fact that content creators are now in the space. They're welcome in the space, and you're going to lose clients. You're going to lose clients for the fact. I
said what I said.
You're going to lose clients if that's the case. No one's going to want to work with you, because more and more people are going to want content creators on the day. It's just becoming more popular, and it's get with the times. I'm going to say it. Welcome them in. Get content from them. Holy shit,
this
be
can
open
work to your
it.
benefit.
It's the biggest benefit, having a content creator, another vendor there that's shooting cell phone content that could just pan over to you doing a behind the scenes of them. Maybe you're interacting with a couple. Maybe the couple like really loves their photographer. Like my couple's like, I think genuinely like me. And like we have funny moments and like stuff
it's
like
the
that.
Best.
And like if I had somebody there recording it with a cell phone, like usually my second shooters do it. Like I'll send it to the couple. Like we had a couple, Ashley and Mike, like one of our favorite couples. Like she shot with me that wedding. She popped champagne, and I got this great shot of her like popping champagne. It was all over me. I took a photo at the end of the night with her covered in champagne. Like just like how much
amazing.
I love my couples. So welcome content creators. I think you're
Other
welcome.
vendors should really just check their egos at the door. It's there's plenty of room for content creators. I just, get your heads out of your asses and see how like having a relationship with content creators can benefit you, like be mutually beneficial.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why the animosity, why the vitriol, like why everybody has to be so nasty.
It's bringing the personal feelings into the workplace, into somebody's best day of their life, that I can't wrap my head around. No. It's
Don't be a garbage person.
Yeah.
Don't be a garbage person.
Don't be a garbage person.
There you go.
I love it.
There you go. All right.
Let's talk about some good things.
All right. So let's talk about what's your favorite moment you've seen on a wedding day?
Oh my God.
Do you have
Besides
one?
the mac and cheese.
Yeah,
I
besides mac
do.
and cheese.
Actually, I have two things, and it's funny because Matt was also there for this one.
Oh. Peeking his head through the door.
Do you remember the guy that took his shirt off and danced on stage at Ohika Castle? Yep. Okay, so apparently, a drunk uncle story.
Love a drunk
good
uncle.
one, right?
I always love one.
Well, so
Sometimes.
this happens at every family function, though. So this uncle takes off his clothes and dances to Macho Man. And
So at Ohika Castle, this is really funny.
Yeah.
Everything is like, super fancy. And
Premier wedding venue in the United States.
where Taylor
It's
Swift
very
shot,
high class.
Yeah,
Yeah.
her Blank Space music video.
Yep.
And end of the night rolls around, and it's the last song that the band is going to play. And, we see, they're trying to figure out something on the stage. And then all of a sudden, you hear, hey, 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 hey. And we look over and all of us run with our cameras. And the uncle is completely taking his clothes off, his shirt. He's pretending like he's going to possibly take his pants off.
God.
And we're like, no, you got to keep your pants on. And everyone has now crowded the stage and everyone is going wild. And I'm thinking to myself, is this okay with the bride? And the bride is loving it. She's like, yeah.
That's great.
They've been waiting for this moment all day long because this guy does it at every single family function.
Fantastic.
It was amazing. And so that was probably my number one favorite. But I have a second favorite that I do have to share because it's pretty cool. And it's something that I've seen trending at some weddings is having tattoo artists come to your wedding and tattoo your guests. And I got my first tattoo, which is a little heart right here.
A little flash piece. There you go.
Little flash
There you
piece
go.
Nice.
at a wedding, which I thought was really fun and really special.
All right.
So
We talked about this in our trend episode that we're both tatted and we both her way more than me. But
Mike just got a tattoo and now he's like, I'm tatted.
I have it's my second one, so I have two.
I'm tatted. He's tatted.
But we love tattoos, but we're unsure of tattoo artists on a wedding day.
I have thoughts.
Yeah.
I have thoughts. It's really just like, I just want to make sure that people aren't super inebriated to the point where
yes,
they make a very dumb drunk decision. Usually it's flash pieces that are like really harmless.
Yes.
But if you're kind of drunk, like probably not the best idea to get tattooed, especially since you bleed more when you're drinking.
I was wondering about that. And it was towards the end of the night when they were tattooing everyone. I wasn't drinking because I was working, so I was like, perfect time for me to get a tattoo.
Yeah. And then the other thing is, is it sanitary?
Yeah,
is everything 100% sanitary? Can you guarantee that everything is fully clean, sanitized the way that it needs to be, that no one's going to get a weird infection, that nobody makes a regrettable decision and gets somebody's name tattooed on them?
Yeah.
Don't do that shit, people, please.
We're on the fence about this.
2024.
I think it's a cool guest experience, but at the same point, I'm like,
It was.
I agree. The first time I saw it at a wedding, I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. And me and the two other people that I was shooting with were heavily tattooed. So we're like, oh my God, this is the first time I've ever seen a tattoo artist at a wedding.
Yeah.
This is wild. And then I was like, wait a second. Is this okay?
Yeah.
Is this okay?
is this legal?
Is this an okay thing to do?
Yeah.
So I would actually love to talk to a tattoo artist. Maybe I'll talk to mine next time I go in there and see what her thoughts are on it.
Yeah.
I would love to know their thoughts too.
Yeah.
Bring them on the podcast.
Yeah. Wedding day.
Wedding day tattoo artist.
Wedding day tattoo artist.
Who wants to be involved?
The one who just did my tattoo right here is a groom of mine. So he's like,
oh, wow.
and he's at one of the premier tattoo shops in New York, if not, Lawrence says one of the best ones in the United States.
My tattoo artist is a client too.
Yeah. So.
I love that.
But no. So. We ask this question to every guest. Okay, it's the question that sparked the content creator question, chaos, I guess, on our podcast. All right, so what trend do you see being popular in 2024? Wedding trend. So you just mentioned tattoos and stuff like that. I don't see that being the most popular trend to have at a wedding, but we see things like champagne towers are popular. We've seen dress separates are popular. We've seen guest experiences where it could be video booths or 360 photo booths, things like that. What trend do you see being popular in 2024?
So, number one, I have to say everyone's having a content creator for sure. But that was already said, previously, and you guys already got into that, and, we're already stirring everything up with everything else today. But something that I've seen that I've really gravitated towards is more of a decor item, actually. And I'm loving people having trees brought in.
Oh.
It's gorgeous, and it's super whimsical, and I never thought that I would be if I ever, have a vow renewal or something, that I need all of these trees.
For interior?
Interior,
Ooh.
yeah. They're bringing in all of these pieces of decor, and I love them, and I've been seeing them so much at all of these, really pretty multi-million-dollar weddings that I've gone to, but I'm starting to see them trickle out as well. And I'm actually planning my 10-year high school reunion this summer, and we're doing an adult prom theme.
Fun.
Which is going to be great. But I'm like, I need these fucking trees at the prom. So
That's
I
awesome.
sourced some. I called, someone who's helping me with decor. I'm like, listen, if I buy these trees and I source them, will you take them off my hands afterwards? Because they're gorgeous. So you heard it here first. You got to have trees inside
Trees.
at your wedding.
All right.
It's her 10-year high school reunion. It's my 20-year.
Mine never happened.
No, well, I'm not happy. I don't think we have a reunion planned, but
And the
I'm
place
just
that
realizing
they-
it's my 20-year.
The place where they were going to have it burned down. So
What?
yeah, that's just like a good metaphor for like me.
Yeah.
Shouldn't.
You shouldn't do it.
That's a
Shouldn't-
sign. Let's not go.
Let's not do it. All right. Well, the last part of when we interview a guest, we always do rapid fire questions, this or that. Okay. We our friend Adriana from the Prenup podcast. We always got to shout her out.
Mm-hmm.
She did this with us, and we incorporated it to our podcast with our guests. So we think this is a lot of fun. So pretty much. Quick rapid fire answers. We might have you elaborate on them a little bit, but at the
Okay.
same point, just answer right away. All right.
Okay.
So first one: big wedding or intimate elopement?
Intimate elopement.
Okay.
Wedding band or DJ?
DJ.
Okay. You're a content creator. Why DJ versus band?
Well, I love having a DJ because they're able to kind of just like, I don't know, bands can play everything too, but they primarily have a set list of things. DJ, as the night progresses, you get some, crazy music. People are out on the dance floor doing crazy stuff. It's good for the content, It's very good for the content. You put on some Yin Yang Twins at the end of the night.
There you go.
Right.
It's great.
Love it. All right. Big bridal party or small bridal party? Or no bridal party?
I'm into the no bridal party, actually.
One of the big trends.
Bam.
It is, I'm going to add that to my list of trends for this year.
Yeah. It's our clip about no bridal parties is pretty viral right now. It's almost
is.
almost 1 million views. So
Yeah.
I would say no bridal parties starting to pop out. Now, are you seeing people doing like no bridal party? Like are they telling you like they're doing no bridal party? Are they doing like bride squad, bride tribe, like things like that? Like I've seen this now. This is a thing.
It's wedding party, Michael.
Wedding party. It's
wedding party.
It's wedding party. I'm sorry. Let's like
We're doing our best.
politically correct.
We're doing our best.
I'm gonna be politically correct.
We're trying.
Do you see like wedding parties where they're just like they're not
Friends.
assigned, they're friends, they're wearing all the same color or something like that? Have you seen that?
Yeah, I've seen that, and they're not necessarily standing up, with the couple. They're sitting down, and I kind of like that. I also, why I'm saying no, bridal party or wedding party is because it's a lot of pressure to put on people. They feel like they can't say no. I feel like especially when I got married, I lost 3 of my bridesmaids and we're no longer friends. It just created a lot of pressure and issues and things, and I want to just celebrate the whole time. I
Yeah.
don't want to deal with any drama during my wedding.
That's hard.
Mm-hmm.
That's
and,
hard.
every single time I always ask my brides, especially, hey, is there anything that's going on that you want to talk about? Do you need help with anything? And, some of them will say, oh, no, everything's fine. And like 9 times out of 10, oh, well, I'm just having a big fight with my friend. I don't know. She wants me to go to her bachelorette party, but it's right next to my wedding, and blah. It's a lot.
It is a lot.
It's a lot.
Okay.
So,
All right.
but I like the idea of having people that are close with you the day of, but maybe not.
Less pressure.
Less
Yeah.
pressure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this one is fun. Flower girls or flower grandmas?
The flower grandmas are super cute, but I love a classic flower girl.
Love it. All right. And last one, desserts. Wedding cake or gelato cart?
Can I say both?
Yeah, there you go.
Love a little cake and ice cream,
Emma
It goes
Sweets.
together.
But if you had to pick one.
Had to pick one.
If I had to pick one, I actually might go with the gelato cart. I'm a big gelato girl.
Yeah.
So
I'd say wedding cakes are getting phased out a lot. Like nowadays, I don't see
are.
too many people. No one's cutting the cake anymore. I think they just get it for tradition, and
Yeah.
that's kind of it. But you don't see. I'm starting to see more and more people just ditch it altogether. So
I don't really see people ever eat it.
No one eats it.
No one
We
eats
talked
it.
about this. No one eats the cake.
It was hard for me
No one
to
eats
even
it.
find a cake for my wedding. I don't know, it was like right after COVID, and a lot of bakeries had closed, and we originally had someone to do it, and then they decided that they didn't want to do it, and we were scrambling until the last minute trying to find someone to do my wedding cake. And it was a very basic cake too. I probably could have just made it myself.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do a sheet pan cake, funfetti.
Right?
Call it a day. Rainbow sprinkles.
We
did.
almost did. Well,
Alright.
I'm from Florida originally, and so we have Publix.
I love Publix.
Publix cakes are incredible.
I don't think I've ever seen her get that excited ever.
Publix, but listen, you know how I feel about Florida. Publix is the redeeming quality of Florida. Everything about Publix is fantastic.
Nice. All right.
It's amazing.
It is amazing. A pub sub,
A pub sub. You can never go wrong.
so good.
I've never been to Publix.
Oh
so.
my God.
All right.
Oh, you need to go.
You fly to Florida just to go to Publix.
Just to go to Publix?
Yes.
Oh, God. All right. Well,
Little
hey.
Disney World, little Publix.
All right.
Worth it.
Can't go wrong.
The two things Florida is known for: Disney World, Publix. All
Be
right.
surprised.
Bologna sandwich land, as somebody, one of our followers calls it that, because Lauren said they serve bologna sandwiches down in Florida.
People are still pissed off about that.
Everyone's still mad at you about that one. Florida came at us.
You lived there for 5 years.
All right. Well, that was this or that. That was fun.
This was great.
All right. Now, as we wrap this up, we always like to say, like, where can everybody find you? Like, what like website, social media,
All
like
of
what
the
you're up
things.
to, all that stuff. Just,
Okay. So, well, first of all, you can find me weddingdaycontentcreator.com. That's my website.
That's
She has a
easy.
website, guys.
It's easy. It's the search term. All of my social media is at Wedding Day Content Creator. Also the search term.
She owns it.
I own it. And we've got a couple new parts of the business popping up. So we have ATL, Wedding Day Content Creator. That's my girl, Pasha. And she is taking care of everybody in the Southeast.
Nice.
So
Amazing.
Atlanta, Nashville, things like that. And then my sister, Sophie, who I got to take to Lake Como with me.
Amazing.
When I went last year, and she got to shoot a wedding and see how all of that goes. And she works with the photographer who shot my wedding now. She's FL for Florida, Wedding Day Content Creator.
Wow, you really got
So-
like a handle on that.
Yep.
Everything. Wow.
Hell yeah.
So I'm snatching them all up.
Snatching it up.
We'll put them in the show notes, so like we'll link
Yes.
link you in our
Perfect.
show notes, everything like that. So you guys, so all our listeners, drop her a follow. Check out her content,
Thank you.
her mac and cheese videos, all that stuff. So
All the things.
If anyone's mean to her, like, I will fight you. She is a sweet angel baby.
yes, yes. We wanted to have a
Please.
content creator on the show. We thought it was very important. We didn't expect to have one on before a videographer. So, we have a videographer coming up that we're gonna sit down with and everything like that. But we were very excited to have you on and share the
Thank
bright
you.
side of Wedding Day content creators and show like you're humans and like
We're humans. I brought my mom with me here.
yeah,
you
mom's
know.
here, all that.
Yeah, we've got. We're humans, and thank you guys so much too for opening up your platform to have such an important and progressive conversation for this industry.
It's so weird that we have a platform.
You have a platform.
It's very odd.
And it's big and amazing, and you guys are using it to do really great things. So
Oh.
Don't make the cringe
you.
face. We're doing things.
For some people,
you're making a difference.
some people don't think we're doing things. Some
We're progressive.
We're,
And
yeah.
yet we're also old cranky farts.
Yes. Well, we're gonna wrap this one up. Lauren, where
Yes.
can they find you?
You can find me at LaurenO'BrienPhoto.com as well as Lauren O'Brien Photo and the Feral Photog on Instagram. Michael, where can they find you?
At Michael Casara Photo on Instagram, TikTok, as well as my website. And you can find us at the Vendor Table Pod on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, as well as
Our Facebook group.
Guys, it's been fun. Catch you next time.
Okay, bye.
Bye.